It's always interesting to see how people adapt Agatha Christie's works. Everyone has their own take on how Monsieur Poirot is interpreted, but for one of the classics like Death on the Nile, it better be bloody good. Luckily, the new spin on the story isn't too bad compared to the original, with a dual detective setup where Poirot has you following the original events in Egypt, while newcomer Jane globetrots around the world. The acting is decent enough, yet Mr. Moustache occasionally forgets that he has a French accent mid-sentence.
You flatter me, mademoiselle. Hopefully my poor talents may be helpful. If you'll excuse me, I have a ring to find.
Also, a few emotional beats don't exactly hit the mark. Whether that's due to a scene feeling rushed, or the music awkwardly hard-cutting into a new track, you never know what you're gonna get. The score and atmosphere are often a tad too relaxing for what's essentially a dark murder mystery plot as well. I mean, the music does pop off, but you gotta give us some proper danger, mate. Come on. I wasn't a big fan of how other parts of the audio worked either. The way the music suddenly goes silent during gameplay, or painfully crossfades into Poirot and Jane's mind map theme, is like nails on a chalkboard. It's so bad. The good thing is, the gameplay more than makes up for these shortcomings. You'll be constantly treated to different types of puzzles, real-time events, and scene reconstruction shenanigans that can be a genuine challenge, but a heap of fun to solve. Said challenge can also be catered to 3 distinct difficulty types that can be changed at any time, adding or removing assist features like ticked icons, player hints, and the like, depending on your choice. So even the most dull-brained detectives can still enjoy it. There's even a tiered hint system that'll straight up tell you the answer to the majority of puzzles if you're really stuck on something that isn't quite clicking for ya. In terms of graphics, they aren't amazing, yet aren't terrible either. I won't lie, the cel-shaded art style does a lot of the heavy lifting. The animations can seem a little wonky or weird too, almost as if the budget is straining under its own weight. That said, sailing through the Nile River and its surroundings can look pretty slick, and the frame rate is as smooth as 60 FPS butter on PC. I don't know if most of this game's items were taken through photogrammetry or not, but man, do they look magnifique or what? Check out that moustache! A true work of art. Speaking of, you can find these fancy golden facial hairs hidden throughout each chapter to unlock extra content in the museum gallery. I've always been a big fan of gallery areas since the early PS2 days, and my opinion still hasn't changed. Though, one thing I'll never understand with this game is why the run button on controllers is permanently bound to the left trigger instead of right. And they also went for a left stick click-in sprint, but it's set to hold only. Who thought this was a smart idea? Not me, that's for sure. It is a tricky job reimagining one of Agatha Christie's classics, but this new version of Death on the Nile manages to bring a certain je ne sais quoi to the table. The dual protagonist setup between Poirot and Jane keeps things interesting and varied, and while the acting and emotional beats sometimes fall flat, the gameplay absolutely carries the experience. Featuring a fun mix of puzzles and real-time events with flexible difficulty options, you'll stay hooked despite the cringeworthy audio mixing and wobbly visuals.